This is the Ridiculously Amazing Insurance Agent podcast hosted by me, Kelly Donahue-Piro. This show is for growing agencies looking to maximize their biggest investment, their people. We mash up our 3-minute videos from the previous week, all with tips on how to be ridiculously amazing at insurance sales, retention, processes, marketing, running in an agency, and time management. If you want them daily, like us on social media as they're posted. But let's get started. Hey everyone, well, welcome to our 3-minute mashup where we take the 4 videos for the week and mash them up into one so that you can either binge watch them or listen to them in your car on a podcast. So first things first, this whole week had a theme, which was all about how to go ahead and reduce insurance cancellations. So once your agency grows to a certain size, it's no longer new. It's all about, whoa, we have this book of business we need to nurture. And for many agencies, they just don't have a great plan of what they're going to do when someone wants to cancel. So the frontline team is left to their own devices. We hope to give you 4 tips on how to make it happen in your agency, but also make sure you will listen because we actually just created our agency process pack on how to stop a cancellation that might be interesting for your agency. For a $200 investment, I'm sure you'll make that back up in just one policy that's saved. So without further ado, let's hop into the first video. For many agencies, when someone wants to call in to cancel, we turn into sweetheart mode. And that means that we over-service them like, no problem, let me help you get out of it here. I hope you're okay. We almost want to leave on this really good high note, which is a good thing. But I think we got to fight a little bit too. We can't make it easier in agencies to leave than it is to get a new business quote. And that's what we see all too often. Listen to how you can professionally, when someone calls in to cancel, try to stop them and get that business back on the books. Hi everyone, Kelly Donahue-Piro here, and we're going to talk all this week on one topic. So you're going to get 4 videos, one topic, which is how to reduce cancellations. And today's topic is going to be all about the following. Somebody calls in, what do we do? So many insurance agents are sweethearts, right? They go ahead and somebody calls in, okay, no problem, let me help you. I want to make sure you have the best experience leaving our agency. And that's just ingrained in people. It's not something that is something, we can think of cognitively sometimes. But we also have to take a deep breath and say, hold on a second. This person is saying they don't want to be our client anymore. Over-servicing them, making them feel so great on the way out is maybe not the approach we want to take. We need to be a professional and have the conversation about why someone's leaving. So we have a couple tips when someone calls into an agency that we want to go over. The first thing is it should go to the person who is best suited to save them if they're available. So sending it to maybe the account manager that's a super sweetheart that may really struggle with this could be a challenge. If there is the ninja at this, get that into their hands. So kind of like an EMT, they can put them on life support. The next thing that we have to get towards for personal lines is to start getting comfortable quoting over the phone. So you're going to really hear it's either service or price or some other reason, right? They're moving. Well, maybe we can't help them. But if it's price related, we want to keep the person talking and in the background start looking at other options because they could be leaving to a carrier you have, or you didn't know that they were frustrated and now we need to bring that into the equation. But we have to get comfortable with that because we say, well, let me look at the coverages. Let me do all that. What we do is we put work onto somebody who's already trying to leave's plate. I'm going to be honest with you. If you said, oh, send it to me, I'd be like, okay, great. I don't want to. I've made my decision. Where were you before this? And now I'm going to be in the middle of this complicated, confusing insurance matter. You're doing the right thing asking, and some people will give it, but not all. Best thing you can be doing is if they say price, start that process in the background, keep them talking. It's a skill, and skills are something we have to practice and learn. So don't expect on day one it's going to be amazing. But every time we get them off the phone, there's no doubt it's harder to get someone back on the phone. And we have to get that. The third tip is we have to get the mentality that, when someone comes in and they say they want to leave, we don't have to make it super easy on them. We have to be professional. Okay, I want to be very clear. I don't want you to be like, no, you're not leaving and you have to do all these things. But it should be harder to leave your agency than it is to get a quote. And we see in so many agencies, it's harder to get a quote and it's easy to leave an agency. So whether that's you have to talk to so-and-so, we want to make sure you've got coverage, a few little hurdles, keep them talking and keep them with you so you can show your value. Now, our philosophy is that we should be doing this well before we get to a cancellation, but we don't live in a perfect world. So if you want more strategies like this, we actually have a whole process pack on stopping a cancellation with scripts, role-playing videos, anything that you would need. And I really encourage you all to take a look at this. If you watch for just 1 second, you'll see a quick video where to go on our website to grab it. But our next video tomorrow is going to all be about how to track cancellations, because you may be shocked to hear and see why people are really leaving if we can get a handle on it. So that's what our next video is all about. Make sure to watch, make sure to go to our website. And the more we reduce those cancellations, the better off your agency is. For so many agencies, they don't track the reason someone cancels. And that can be for a variety of different reasons. It might be hard to do, the download wipes it out. But the reality is, once you know why people are canceling, you can work towards stopping it. And when you don't know, you assume it's price or people are moving. You might be shocked. Many agencies we've worked with, when we start tracking it, we realize we may have some other issues that we need to uncover and deal with, which is why we created this video all on how to track cancellation reasons. Hey, it's Kelly Donahue-Pira here again with our second video on how to stop a cancellation. And the first one was all about getting that mentality down of some really good high-level strategies that will reduce your cancellations tomorrow, such as getting them into the right hands, having the mentality that it shouldn't be easier to leave an agency than to get a quote. But today we're going to talk about tracking, because so often when we work with agencies, one of the things we like to track up front is, why are people leaving? Now, it's not always super simple to get. A lot of management systems make it easy to track, some do not. But the bigger issue we have is if a policy is downloaded, it typically wipes out that reason. So you have to do it after the policy downloads. So it's a few extra steps, but it's really valuable data. And honestly, we should be checking to confirm the cancellations anyway and make sure that they're accurate, not just rely on download. So if you're taking a look at this, the download hits, a lot of times the download's going to come in insured's request. Under no uncertain circumstance should we ever be using that. That, of course, the insured requested it. That's why it's canceled. It's either that, non-paid, or the carrier canceled it. So you have to be thinking about insured's request means nothing. Of course, that's what's happening. We like to break it down into a few cancellation reasons, and then we have actually about 20 or 15 or 20 so reasons that are in our process pack I'm going to talk about in a second of why someone would leave. And let me explain something to you. When people start looking at this and you show them their numbers on their book of business, people get fierce. Usually in agencies, we're like, we don't have a code for this. This was a 5th car policy. They sold the car. It's not technically canceling. We need a code for that. And I actually love that. You may be thinking, oh my gosh, what's the big deal? But that means they're taking control of the cancellations, and they want that number to be as accurate as possible because we can funnel some of that stuff out. Another one was like added to a spouse's policy. They got married. 2 of our insureds got married. That can't count. And you're like, right, they were combining it. We're okay. So we have about those. Then we have the ones that are like replaced. Okay, so they bought a new house or they went from renters to owning. That's the kind of stuff I love seeing too, because they're staying with the agency. Despite the fact that they might be buying a house, they're ignoring their realtor and their mortgage broker's recommendations and staying with you. And the last one is carrier cancellation reasons. These are just the buckets. Underneath them, we have a lot. And I just love it when I see people kind of adapt to it and really want to get that right. So in our process pack, we actually outline all of those reasons. And I think it's something every agency should check out. Why recreate the wheel if we have them for you? So once you get going tracking, got to share this data with the team. And in the beginning, it's always a little squishy, right? They have to call out to clients, find the reason. They have to do their homework, do their due diligence. You won't always get every client, but we do recommend doing a survey to clients to get the real deal. If I didn't have a great experience with my account manager, I'm probably not going to tell that to the person on the other end of the phone. You send me a survey, maybe with a $5 Starbucks gift card, I'll probably give you a little bit more information. And so you want to be balancing that out. The $5 Starbucks gift card or Amazon or local coffee shop or whatever you want to do, it's good money to spend to get accurate information on why someone's leaving so you can address it. You can't address it if you don't know about it. And that's a huge strategy we all need to embrace. So I really think that every agency needs to be doing this. take an initiative, take a set strategy on it, and make it work for you. I'm going to have a quick video after this where you can see the exact process pack, where to go on our website, what it includes. And I'm going to tell you it's really robust for a $200 investment. There's scripts, role-playing videos, email templates, the tracking codes. So if your agency is looking to reduce cancellations, this is for you. So check it out. We love to welcome you as a new student there. But in the meantime, make sure your team's tracking this. You might be surprised what you find. Hey everyone, real quick before we let you go from the video, we've been talking about stopping those cancellations. And you might have seen in some of our blog posts, etc., watching this video, that we have a whole process pack with scripts, email templates, all the cancellation reasons to track. So I just want to take 1 second and show you where it is. If you come to shop and you go to process packs, you'll actually see all of our process packs on here, including stopping a cancellation. So scroll right on down and it's the first one that you'll see. And you can actually click on it and get a little bit more information. So you can add it to your cart, check out right here. But the reality is we give you a whole tour of what's included because there's video training with it. There's so many great things. But take a look. We're going to talk about the types of cancellations, how to track by reason, how to share that data with your team, how to handle late pays and non-payments, saving a call-in cancellation, calling out to somebody who's canceled, what to do exactly when a client cancels, try to win them back, and how to put them through a cycle. So you get a workbook, 8 videos, all the content, scripts, and everything that you need. So we even role play them all out, all for $200. So if your agency needs to reduce cancellations, this is the course for you. And when to stop, just let you know it. So all you got to do is go to agencyperformancepartners.com, shop, process packs, and check them all out. What more could you want? Thanks so much for being a loyal watcher, and we hope that you become a client with our stopping a cancellation process. Now, this is a controversial one, late payments. So many agents, in my personal opinion, do it wrong. We say, we're not doing it, reasons. We don't want to babysit clients. I get all those reasons. But I myself have actually been the victim of almost canceling policy due to an address error, due to my debit card being compromised. And I'm not always home to get the mail and see some of those notifications as quickly as I'd like. So as a courtesy, it's nice to have that call come in sometimes for the right client. The problem is you can't just call certain people, but you can have an agency standard of, letting go of clients that are not a good fit for your agency. So we recommend that agencies have a standard. Once people hit that standard, it's time for them to go. And if you have that, then the late payment cancellations are far less and you're doing them with purpose for the right clientele. Watch how we talk about it in this next video. Hey everyone, we're on video 3 of our 4-part series on how to reduce insurance cancellations. And part of that is calling late pays. And every agency has strong feelings on this, and every E&O carrier has strong feelings on this. So I'm going to break down our feelings on it. So I do think it is a service you can provide your clients. It's happened to me before. One time, my workers' comp carrier didn't have our unit number, so I wasn't getting the bills. And lo and behold, being a consulting company, the $500 workers' comp was not that big of a bill that we were kind of not having on our radar screen. So because I never got the bill without that late payment call, I would have lapsed in coverage. There are times too where I've had my debit card stolen or not stolen or compromised, and things happen, and you either get so much mail or I'm on the road that sometimes it's easy to miss. So our philosophy on it is this, and again, E&O experts will fight me on this. I do think you should centralize it in the agency to 1 or 2 people. I don't think it should be distributed. I think it should be somebody's role is a big part of their job. And I think that after 2 per year, we need to bring that to management's attention to look at the account and determine if they're a good fit in general. Late payments are a red flag for other things. So if it's low premium, constant late payments, claims, it might be time to invite them outside of the agency so that you're really calling and making it for the people who do value it. It's not a babysitting model. It's a courtesy. It's something that you say, we want to make sure that we take care of you and that you don't lapse. Did you realize this? Mailing addresses, phones, things like that can change. And so having people's back, I think, is a part of a good service, but we cannot be the babysitting or the collection company either. And so where a lot of agencies get mixed up on it is that everybody goes into the same bucket. I'm saying that you should do it now, and if you do it, you have to do it for all. I see some agencies that cut the middle on that, and that's not a place you can be. That's a great way to get an E&O issue. But if you're making those payments, you can use this as an opportunity for the 2 times you might call a year and then try to move them into outside of the agency. Yes, which causes a cancellation. But if you look at yesterday's video, which is cancellation reasons, we can put a reason code, consistent late payer. Great. Doesn't count against you. In fact, here's a bonus for letting them go. I would pay people to let go of our bad clients. But we can use it as an opportunity at least once or twice to try to get people on better payment strategies, decrease the inbound work, decrease the frustration. So I see late payment calls as an opportunity with the right process, with the right strategy, not a free-for-all by any stretch of the imagination. So that's our take on it. Let us know what you think, but consider it as a way to keep your good clients paying and happy and not frustrated. Use it to analyze what clients are on the fringe, and the ones that don't belong there, use it as a way to motivate them to leave, and incentivize your team potentially on letting the bust outs go. That's our strategy. Hope you have a good day, and watch for our final video tomorrow on how to stop cancellations and boost your retention. So not every customer calls into you directly to cancel. Some go behind your back. Some you get it faxed in from another agency. Comes in a variety of different ways. But when you get that cancellation, you really should stop for a minute and say, whoa, I should call this person. But we don't always know what to say. Just because they're canceling doesn't mean that we don't have the opportunity to win them back right then and there, or leave that door open for a future opportunity. But when they don't feel the love on the way out, they certainly won't consider us when they're looking again. And that's the exact thing we want to stop. So in this video, we break down exactly how to reach out to somebody who wants to cancel, so you turn that cancellation into a potential opportunity. Hey everyone, so we're here for the 4th video in our series on how to stop a cancellation. And this is actually, how do we call out to a client who canceled? Maybe they called into the carrier, maybe the other agent sent in the cancellation, but you didn't get a direct hit to be able to try to save it. So here's a couple considerations. First, we want to make sure that you're only calling people who are worth your time, right? So as an agency, you need to create some criteria of like win back, don't win back. There are certainly some customers that aren't an ideal fit for your agency that when they leave, you might be like, see you, bye. And so I think every agency should have that set in stone. There's always the it depends moments, but we can weed out 80%. That makes things way more efficient. Next is, if we have an inclination that it's price related and we did not remarket them, I do recommend, this is one of the few times I'm going to recommend that they're a good client, that we do reshop them based on the information we have on the phone so we can work on the fly. If we find out that they're leaving due to price, now I already have something to go off of. I can just confirm everything. I'm well ahead of the game. And again, only for the good customers. So if you do this, that allows you to kind of mold everything, make sure the discounts are right, try real hard to make them an offer on that call that they just absolutely cannot refuse. And if they're leaving you for a company you have, that's really where the big death blow comes into play. Like, what? They're leaving us for a company that we have? That's a problem. The next is, you want to look at how we get there, right? So for many clients are leaving, they may not call you back. They may take the voicemail and be done with it, or think I've already gone somewhere else. I'm just not going to pay attention. A lot of people don't like to be in that awkward sales cycle or in between. So we do recommend you take that remarket and you pop it in the mail to them. Handwritten letter, snail mail, paper, old school, old fashioned. That's the way you want to go at it. And the reason you want to do that is you want to get eyeballs on it. They will open that letter, right? They might not return your phone call. They might delete your email. They will open that letter. And depending on what you have in there, they may give you a call back. So it's really important that you think about these strategies. Again, only for the best, not for everybody. And then lastly, we say, how often should you look at this? I think you should be looking at the people who are canceling daily, because time is your friend. The closer to the time you get the notification that you can call, the better off you are. 2-3 weeks later is too late. A week later can be too late. So daily is really your strategy. And we've got all this wrapped up into our process pack with template letters, what to say when you make those phone calls, role-playing videos. So you're crazy if you're trying to stop cancellations not to invest $200 into getting that for your agency. So take a moment, look at it all, but hopefully we can welcome you as a new student in our process pack and make sure that your agency is being ridiculously amazing on stopping cancellations. So we covered a lot, right? We covered calling late payments, the general philosophy when someone calls in to cancel. We just covered today how to make outbound phone calls to cancellation. So this week's been full of all cancellation information leading up to our process pack. We hope that you enjoy it, and we hope that we can get you in there to check it out. But if you're interested, just take another 30 seconds. I actually do a quick video next of how to find it on our store. So we hope to see you there. Well, there you have it, our 4 videos all about how to stop a cancellation. And if you've liked this and you know it's an issue in your agency, really consider our agency process packs on stopping a cancellation. There's videos, workbooks, scripts, all for $200. It's literally a no-brainer. You can buy it right on our store. And if you've been watching on YouTube, we actually had a video of how you can go click and see it. But if you need any help, reach out to us. We hope to welcome you as a new client. We look forward to seeing you in our next 3-minute video.